Okay, so Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So now we shall start Ramayana. So it is the chapter 1 from the Ramayana. It is King Yudhishthira. So previously we have read the prologue, the context where Ravanasura, so he was conquesting the world, and after getting the boons from Lord Brahma, and when he was conquesting, he was receiving so many curses from many people. So he used to do so many sinful activities, killing the brahmanas and then drinking their blood. That is one sinful activity. And he tried to touch Vedavati when she was in the meditation, and immediately she cursed him, and she just turned herself, brought the fire from her body and turned it into ashes. And that's a second sinful activity. And then when he was going to the Kailasa mountain, he was facing Nandi, and then Nandi cursed him that he will be killed in the hands of monkeys. He will be defeated in the hands of monkeys. That is another curse. And also later on, he was trying to take Kailasa mountain, but Lord Parvati Mata, she was slipping from the Kailasa mountain. At that time, she holded Lord Shankara. And then uh, Parvati Mata cursed him once again that he will be dead due to the reason of a woman. And then later on, his hands, Ravanasura's hands, stuck up under the Kailasa mountain for 100 years because Lord Shankara pressed that Kailasa mountain with his toe after 100 years. And then when Lord appeared, and meanwhile, Ravanasura glorified Lord Shiva to please him up for 100 years. And then Lord Shankar appeared. And then when he appeared, he asked him to go. And then Ravanasura asked, I wanted your weapon, Paspatastra. And then he has given kindly to Ravanasura. And when he was going towards once again the southern direction from a Himalaya mountains, and he went to the Amaravati demigod's planet where he molested Rambha, and he received curse from the once again Nalakuvara. Likewise, he was acquiring so many sinful activities. Later on, he went directly to the Yamadharmaraja to defeat him instead of defeating all other demigods and humans. And there, with the instruction of Lord Brahma, and Yamadharmaraja did not proceed even though he was able to kill Ravanasura. And then that is where Ravanasura was acquiring all the sinful activities. Okay, so today we are going to see from the other end, King Dasaratha's longing. So can I request Hemlata Mataji, would you like to start?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So we shall read first.
Okay. King Dasaratha's longing. King Dasaratha paced his palace balcony. His handsome brow were furrowed. In a pensive mood, he surveyed the scene around him. People thronged the inner courtyard below. Feudal kings and princes came with their retinues to pay tribute. From his seventh-story terrace, Dasharatha could see much of his city, which stretched to the horizon in all directions. Crowds of citizens moved along the well-planned roads, which were interspersed with mango groves and orchards. The broad central highway, built entirely of red stone, ran the full 100-mile length of the city. Large white mansions lined that road with many-colored pennants waving in the breeze on their roofs. The road was sprinkled with perfume water strewn with flowers. Above the city, King could see the golden airplanes of Apsaras, the consorts of the gods. Hare Krishna.
One more paragraph, Mataji.
Looking out over his capital, Ayodhya, Dasharatha was plunged in an ocean of anguish. He entered the palace and walked slowly towards his inner chambers. As he descended the wide marble stairways, he heard his priests chanting sacred Sanskrit text. The sound of mantras mingled with that of drums and lutes being beautifully played by royal musicians. Even that sound, which normally gave him so much joy, could not placate him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So this is the beauty of the Dasharatha's palace and his kingdom, how opulent it is. It is. His palace is 7-story terrace. Now in Ayodhya, I think it is 3 or 4 stories built now. Okay, so can I request next Gaurangi Mataji, would you like to go next?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay, Prabhuji, which one? The king entered, entered his rooms, leaving his personal guard at the door, declining the food and drink offered to him by his maidservants. He went over to the last latticed window. He moved aside the silk drapes and continues gazing out at his city. Ayodhya had been constructed by Manu, a son of Surya, the all powerful sun god. Manu had been the first of the kings in Dasaratha's line, all of them emperors of the globe. As he thought of his long and ancestry, the king only felt more plain. He signed and turned back into his rooms, saying, "The anxious king, his 3 queens tried gently to console him. They set him on a large golden couch covered with silk pillow and studded with gems. His senior wife Kausalya gently massaged his feet, while Sumitra and Kaikai fanned him with snow with uh, Tamara whisk. The king sat lost the thought. He looked at the exquisite charming of the gods lining his walls. All his life he had done so much to please those deities. One he had even gone into battle against the celestial demons on their behalf. Surely they would help him now. Dasaratha uh, slightly prayed to them. That's it, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Okay.
You want to say one more paragraph, Mataji?
Okay. While the king sat um, absorbed in his thoughts and prayers, a messenger came telling him that his chief priest uh, Bas- Basista was now present in the assembly hall. Dasaratha had been waiting for his news. He rose up and, with the guide of a powerful line, went along the wide palace passageways. His large sword swinging at his side, and his gold arrangements jungling as he walked. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So
Thank
this we understand Ayodhya has been constructed by Manu. So the first Manu is the son of Surya is the Vaivasvata Manu. We are in the 28th cycle of this Manvantara. This is the fourth 28th cycle of Vaivasvata Manvantara. So can I request now Jahnakanya Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Near to the hall, he was joined by his chief ministers. All of them were heroes who had been tried in battle, and all were learned and wise. The state ran smoothly under their expert administration. There were no citizens without employment and no criminals left unchecked. The ministers were devoted to Dasaratha service, and as they walked, they considered the problem facing the king. Flanked by his bodyguards and ministers, Dasaratha entered his great hall. It vied in splendor with the assembly hall of Indra, the king of the gods. Massive marble pillars rose up to a roof which seemed to reach the sky. Balconies of alabaster and coral, worked with gold filigree, were gradually tied all around the hall. Among the balconies were gold seated spread with white cushions. Large silk tapestries depicting the pastimes of the gods hung from the walls, which were lined with lapis lazuli and encrusted with jewels. The air was filled with the scent of incense. In the center of the hall sat numerous priests who continuously chanted prayers from the ancient scriptures, invoking the presence of deities. The great Megha drum resounded deeply as Dasaratha strode towards his seat. Everyone stood, and there was a cry of victory. All glories of Emperor Dasaratha, the king, appearing like a god, took his seat on a large throne of refined gold bedecked with brilliant celestial gems. A hush descended on the assembly as Dasaratha prepared to speak. Everyone sat in expectation. The citizens knew of the king's worry. They loved him like a father and shared his anxiety. They were grouped in the hall according to their class. At the front were the Brahmins, wearing simple cloth and holding their water pots and prayer heads. On one side sat the warriors, their powerful bodies clad in silks and gold ornaments, with long swords hanging from their belts. Near to them were the tradespeople in their colorful dress, and behind them were the servants and workers, also beautifully adorned. All social classes were represented in the assembly.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so
Hare
much, Mataji.
Krishna.
So here in this one, so the opulence of Dasharatha's palace and Ayodhya, it is everything is so beautiful, and people are very powerful body. They have got powerful bodies. So people generally, when they, no one used to use any oil kind of thing. They used to eat only the foods prepared with the ghee, and they're always happy. When people are happy and eating with the ghee food kind of thing, it nourishes the body, and body is always healthy and stronger. When there are strong men, then only it is called a strength of the country. Otherwise, people are very weak and thin, and then their consciousness also like that. So here, people are they are very having broad and strong bodies. Okay, so their powerful bodies clad in silks and gold ornaments with long swords. So that is the how powerful previously people are. Okay, we shall continue. So next, can I request Meena Mataji, please?
Just few minutes. Somebody who just came home.
Okay, Mataji.
Just few minutes.
Okay, Mataji. Can I request Radha Devika Mataji next?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Dashrath looked around the hall, smiling.
Mataji, your voice is too low.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Dashrath looked around the hall, smiling affectionately at everyone. Although the king was preoccupied with his worry, no one could detect in him any negligence or laxity in his duties. Seeing him smiling at them, the people felt reassured that Dashrath would find a solution to his problem. They sat awaiting his speech. Placing his hand on his golden scepter, the king turned to his chief priest, Vashishta, who sat on a raised seat near the throne. With a powerful voice that boomed around the hall, Dashrath addressed the priest. I have called this assembly to settle a great worry of mine. As you know, this wide earth has for a long time been held under the sway of victorious kings in my line. Oh, jewel among sages, is that glorious history about to end? What can I do to ensure that our proud lineage will continue? Dashrath was perturbed that he had no son. Having ruled as an undisputed emperor of the earth for thousands of years, his retirement was now approaching, but there was no one to succeed him. Somehow, none of his wives had given birth to a son. The king had called for a full assembly to propose an idea he was considering. He needed the approval of the Brahmanas and he wanted the consent of his people. Dashrath looked anxiously at Vashishta, who was both his priest and preceptor. O learned one, you know well the perils that attend a kingdom bereft of a monarch. How can I retire to the forest, leaving this world without a protector?
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Beautifully read. So here, even though one has got so many things, Prabhupada used to say, Putra Sunyam Gruham Sunyam. When there is no son, it is the house, there is no value for it. Because in due course of time, every will be vacated. In the sense, one, if there is no son, there is no progeny to continue for that family. So that is here, Dasaratha is lamenting for that. So, and he is asking with Vasistha behind and next to him. Okay, Vasistha is the son of Lord Brahma. Okay, so we shall continue further. Can I request next Sanchita Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanavad Pranam. Vashishta sat surrounded by many other Brahmin sages. His hand rested upon his staff as he listened to Dasaratha. The sun shone through the carved lattice windows of the hall, covering the king with golden light. Vasishta, shining with his own mystic power, appeared like a second sun as he replied to the king, O Emperor, I have no doubt that you will soon be blessed with a powerful son who can succeed you. Not long ago, I heard this told by Sanat Kumar, the immortal sage who roams the universe. A divine arrangement is being worked by the gods for your everlasting benefit. Vashishta lived in a hermitage outside the city. He was frequently visited by wandering sages and mystics. Some days, previously, the famous seer Sanat Kumar, who always appeared like a young boy, had spoken to Vasishta. He told him that soon 4 powerful sons would be born to the emperor. These sons would be divine incarnations, appearing to fulfill the purpose of the gods. Vashishta continued, the Brahmins have all been praying to the Lord for your sake, O monarch. We have seen auspicious signs in the heaven. It is clear that some great plan of the Supreme will be achieved through you. The king felt joy to hear his priest's words. Like his forebears before him, Dasaratha had religiously pursued his duties as emperor. Under his benevolent rule, the world enjoyed prosperity and peace. The king desired not only the immediate material enjoyment of his people, but their spiritual well being as well. He kept everyone on the path of piety, and truth, leading them towards freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Seeing all the people as his own children, he was concerned that their happiness would continue after his retirement. He spoke again. I have been considering the performance of horse sacrifice for the pleasure of the gods and Vishnu. O noble sages, will that be successful? Can I satisfy the Lord in this way and thereby attain my desired end? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here Vasistha is saying about this Sanat Kumara's foretold about the Lord Ramchandra, Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrugna's appearance. That is when, as soon as if it is coming from the sage's mouth, it is going to be true. So now he feels a bit joy, and then he wanted to perform sacrifice, horse sacrifice now. And so here he's in piety in such a way that this is the Varnashrama Dharma. When the Varnashrama Dharma is there, it will fulfill immediate needs and also the spiritual well-being as well. So that is freedom from the cycle of birth and death. So that was the beauty of Dasharatha's kingdom. Okay, can I request now Usha Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dasaratha knew that nothing could be achieved unless Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, was pleased. Although they controlled the universe, the other gods were but Vishnu's agents. Many times in the past, the king's ancestors had performed great sacrifices for satisfying the Lord and achieving their purposes. The king now considered this to be his only means of deliverance. He looked hopefully at Vasistha, who had been speaking with the other sages at his side. Turning towards the king, Vasistha said, "We are in agreement, O tiger among men. Let the sacrifice proceed. We shall immediately prepare a ground on the banks of the Saryu. You will certainly get a son by this method." The assembly erupted with joyful shouts. Everywhere were cries of "Let it be so! Let the sacrifice proceed!" The king, his eyes grown wide with delight as he anticipated the fulfillment of his desire, said to Vasishtha, "Let the preparations begin today. Protected by 400 of my best warriors, the sacrificial horse will roam the globe before returning for the sacrifice." After Dasaratha had issued all necessary instructions, the assembly was dismissed and the king retired to his inner chambers. Together with his wives, he worshipped Vishnu and the gods, praying that his sacrifice would succeed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So here Dasharatha is now preparing for the horse sacrifice. Horse sacrifice, the horse is going to roam around the world. Wherever it goes, that belongs to that king. And unless anyone defeats that horse, okay, that is the horse sacrifice. And here once again, whenever the sages are giving any decision, they are speaking among themselves and anonymously they're agreeing to prepare the that is to proceed with the sacrifice. Okay, so and Dasharatha's willing is to please Lord Vishnu. who is the Lord of the sacrifice. Okay, so we shall continue further. Meena Mataji, are you ready now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Houses from here,
The
the
whole
whole
house.
the whole city of Ayodhya was filled with excitement as the news of the king's sacrifice spread in the large public squares. Minis- Minstrels sang songs recounting the exploits of heroes in Dasaratha's line, while tro- troopers of female dancers troops of the female dancers depicted the tales with prescribes and beautiful gestures. The temple became crowded with joyful people praying for the success of the Dasaratha sacrifice from the balconies of houses lining the wide avenue. Wealthy people threw down gems for the Brahmanis and jewels sparkled brightly on the clean paved roads. The city resonated with the sound of lutes, trumpet, and kettle drum. Augmenting the music was the chanting of Brahmins reciting the holy scriptures with flags and pennants flying festoons hanging between the houses and flowers strewed everywhere. Ayodhya had the appearance of a festival held by the gods in heaven. The priests of Ayodhya set about preparing for the selecting and consecrating consecrating a pure purebred horse which was free from any brims. They they real they release they release they release it to range freely across the country. As it traveled, it was followed and protected by 400 powerful generals from the king's army. According to the ritual, wherever the horse went, the deciding rulers were called upon to attend the sacrifice and pay homage in Dasaratha. Anyone refusing would be immediately challenged to a fight. If they were not sub, sub, subjected, subjugated, then the sacrifice could not process. No, none however wished the emperor and ill. The horse came back to Ayodhya without incident at the end of 1 year.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. So here, Ayodhya and everywhere, all the country, it is full of excitements for the sacrifice. When there is a festival is happening, it is beautifully decorated. Everyone keeping auspicious signs like the full water pots in front of the home, the Purnakumbhas, Purnakumbhaihi Balibihi, and Palapushpakshita Akshintala akshatas. So those things everywhere sprinkled with water and fruits. So that kind of auspicious moment. So now the best horse has been selected, and which is now released in the country to go. If any people would challenge them, there are 400 strong, powerful warriors. Okay, but luckily, so it came back to Ayodhya without any incident at the end of 1 year. It is 1 year. Okay, next, can I request again Hemalata Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Seeing the horse return, Dasharatha called Vasishtha. He touched his guru's feet and asked him with all humility, O Holy One, if you deem it fit, please now commence the sacrifice. You are my dearest friend as well as my guru. Indeed, you are a highly exalted soul, fully dependent on you. I am confident of the sacrifice outcome. After assuring the king, Vashishta spoke with the priests, instructing them to have the sacrificial arena built. Chief among them was Rishvashringa, a powerful Brahmin who had come from the kingdom of Anga. It had long ago been prophesied that Rishvashringa would help Dashrath obtain progeny. Along with Vashishta, he took charge of the arrangements for the sacrifice. Vashishta ordered that many white marble palaces be constructed for the monarchs who would attend. The very best food and drink was made available, and actors and dancers came to entertain the guests. Horse stables, elephant stalls, and vast dormitories to accommodate thousands of people were built. Vashishta instructed the king's ministers everyone should have whatever they desire. Take care that no one is disrespected at any time, even under the impulse of passion or anger. Vashishta spoke to king's charioteer and minister Sumantra, who was specially chose to Dashrath. We have invited kings from all over the globe. On behalf of the emperor, you should personally ensure that they all properly received. Take particular care of celebrated King Janak, the heroic and truthful ruler of Mithila. With my inner vision, I can see that he will be in the future become intimately related to our house. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So now here the Brahmanas and also Vasistha also, he is also preparing how to make the sacrificial arena. And then also there is one more Rishi, he is Rishi Shringa. He is the Rishi Shringa, indirectly he is kind of a son-in-law to Dashrath. Dashrath used to have one daughter, it was mentioned in other scriptures. He gave that daughter to his friend and in another kingdom. So in his kingdom, he doesn't have any reigns at that time. So he understood that if Rishishringa, he is in a forest at that time with his father. If Rishishringa comes to his kingdom, there will be rains. So in such a way, Rishishringa came to that king's kingdom. And then later on, he married, Rishishringa married to the king's daughter itself. And then now, if wherever Rishishringa, so he knows how to perform some kind of sacrifices. So for that one, he would also foretold that wherever Rishishringa is there, he would help Dasharatha obtain progeny. So there is a link to between Dasharatha and Rishishringa. Okay. So now we shall go on to further. And also Sumantra also, he has got some kind of foretold information which is going to help Dasharath later on. And King Janak also, the sages' words are going to be true in the future about King Janaka. Please, can I request next? Gauringi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes. Soon many kings came to Ayodhya bearing valuable gifts of jewels, um, pearls, clothing, and golden uh, arrangements. Upon their arrival, they in turn were offered gifts as uh, Vasisthas command, who had um, interested his assistants. Give fairly to all. No gift should ever be met with um, uh, dis- disrespect or irreverence. For such begruding gift will um, doubtlessly bring rain to the giver. The royal astrologers escalated the most favorable day for the commandment of the sacrifice. Dasaratha, headed by uh, Vasishtha and um, resource Rishi Singha, and accompanied by his three wives. Then came to the sacrificial compound, which resembled an assembly of the gods. Many fires blaze each uh, de- dedicated to a different deity and attended by numerous Brahmins, and great compounds was crowded with sects um, absorbed in prayer and meditation. On all sides stood warriors equipped with every kind of weapon, fully alert to any danger. The king sat surrounded by Brahmins who uh, consi- consort him for the sacrifice. He and his wives made offering into the fires and joined in the chanting of prayers. After some days, the horse uh, brought before the sacrificer fire dedicated to Vishnu. Lord praises constantly poured into it oblation of clarified butter along with handfuls of grains. Taking the horse by the reins, Vasishtha uttered a powerful mantra, and the animal, full unconscious, it was immediately placed upon the fire. As the horse was consumed by the blazing fire, those with divine vision saw the soul of the creature rise from the fire, glowing brilliantly, and ascend towards heaven. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
There is
Krishna.
a lot
Thank
of
you, Mataji.
mistake, Prabhuji. Sorry.
So
Very
here,
difficult.
no, Mataji. So here, so whenever we give the gifts, this is without for begrudging gifts will doubtlessly bring ruin. It is in the mode of ignorance. So one has to give freely to all. So likewise, that is one instruction that we see. And here, and another sages, they are performing the sacrifice now. We also see the horse sacrifice. The soul is going; it is elevation to the towards the heaven. So this is the purpose of the horse sacrifices, and also it beneficial to the king and also the soul within the horse body. And also the sacrifice must not be disturbed by anyone. So there are warriors also to protect. So those are the points. Okay, next we shall continue. Next, Jahnakanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna. As the sacrifice concluded, Dasaratha was delighted. He said to the priest, "According to the ordinance, it is fitting that I now bestow upon you proper charity. Therefore, O holy ones, take this entire earth as a gift. This is the only appropriate offering for great souls like yourselves. The priest replied, "You alone are able to protect this earth with this countless people. As ascetics, we have nothing to do with the world, nor are we able to maintain it. Therefore, we leave it with you, O monarch." The Brahmins had no interest in wealth, but wished only to live simply, unencumbered unencumbered by the material possessions. However, Dasaratha understood that unless charity were given to the priests, the sacrifice was not complete. Falling at the Brahmin's feet, he implored, "If you refuse my gift, then the success of my endeavor is most uncertain." The priest quickly raised up the king. They understood the scriptural injunctions to which the king alluded. "If it so pleases you, then you may give to us a little wealth. We have no use for the earth." The king distributed to the Brahmins hundreds of millions of gold and silver coins, as well as millions of milk-bearing cows. He supplied them 10 of thousands of Brahmins present at that sacrifice with enough wealth to last their entire lives.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here charity must be given to the Brahmins. So what they do, that even though they get the charity, they don't keep it, they will distribute it. And when they're distributing, other people will come and serve them, they will also be benefited. So the system is so perfect. So now this is the same. Even Lord Ramchandra has given all of his kingdom to 4 of his priests, 4 Brahmanas, and all 4 directions. And then he remained in the Ayodhya later on. So as we have read in the morning. Okay, so that is the way. So Dasaratha is so generous. Okay. Next, can I request Radha Sevaka Mataji next?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranam. Vashishtha and sorry, just a moment. Vashishtha and Rishvaringa then arranged for one final ritual to be performed. They called the gods by name to come and accept the sacrificial offerings made by them. The celestial smoke from the offerings, sanctified by Vedic mantras, rose up towards the sky and was received by the gods, with the universal creator Brahma at their head. They personally assembled in the sky above Dasharatha's sacrificial compound. Unseen by everyone, the gods began to address Brahma. "Because of a boon granted by you, O Lord, the king of the Rakshasas, Ravana, is constantly harassing us and is extremely difficult to overpower. Having begged from you that he be made invisible to us as well as to practically all other created beings, that evil-minded one now seeks to overthrow us. He profanes even great saints and has no regard for anyone at all." Brahma was concerned that his boon to Ravana had created such problems. Listened as Indra, on behalf of the gods, continued. Ravana sought invincibility, but did not ask for immunity against humans, whom invincibility extremely difficult to overpower. Having begged from you that he be made invincible to us as well as to practically all other created beings, that evil-minded one can now seek to overthrow us. He profanes even great saints and has no regard for anyone at all. Brahma was concerned that his boon to Ravana had created such problems. Listened to Indra on behalf of the gods. Continued. Ravana sought invincibility, but he did not ask for immunity against humans, whom he considered of no consequence. Thus, his death must come at the hands of a human. Please, therefore, beseech the Lord to appear as Dashrath's son. Although Ravana could still be killed by a human, the gods knew that no ordinary man could slay him. It could only be done by the all-powerful Vishnu himself. If he came to earth as a man, and here was the ideal opportunity, the emperor of the earth was praying to Vishnu for a powerful son. Surely the Lord would consent to appear in Dashrath's family, especially if Vishnu's devoted servant, also prayed to him to appear.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. So here, the sacrificial compound, unseen by everyone, the gods began to address Brahma. So they have got gods assembly on the top of the sacrificial arena. And so they are talking about their problems with the Ravanasura, and then making Lord Vishnu to appear as son of Dasaratha as well. So that is their plea. And also when Brahma also prays, then he would appear. So that is their request to Brahma as well. So we shall see what goes further. Can I request next Sanchita Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna. Brahma assented to the god's request. He knew that the time for the Lord's appearance had come. Seated in meditation, Brahma thought of the Lord within his heart. At that moment, Vishnu appeared in the sky. Only the gods saw him as he descended upon the back of his eagle carrier, Garuda. His beautiful body was blackish, and he shone with a brilliant luster. He was dressed in yellow silk with a garland of blue lotuses. A necklace of bright celestial gems hung around his neck, adorned with numerous gold ornaments and jewels. He held in his 4 hands a conch shell, a mace, a discus, a weapon, and a lotus flower. Gracefully descending, he sat amid the gods as they worshipped him with hymns and prayers. Brahma addressed Vishnu in a reverential tone, O Lord, here is the worthy Dasaratha praying for a son. All the worlds are sorely afflicted by the evil Rakshasa Ravana, who must be slain by a man. Be pleased, therefore, to take birth as Dasharatha's son. Appearing in human form, please dispatch Ravana in an encounter and save the worlds from their suffering. Vishnu smiled at the gods. He spoke reassuringly in a deep voice, like the rumbling of thunderclouds. O gods, give up all fear. Along with my own expansions, I shall soon be born as 4 sons of Dasharatha. I myself shall appear as his eldest son, and my personal weapons will incarnate as my brothers. After annihilating Ravana and his demon hosts, I will remain on the mortal plane, ruling the globe for 11,000 years. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here, all the gods and along with Brahma, so they are now Brahma thought, because the gods, all gods, they asked Brahma to pray for the Lord, and Lord appeared on Garuda, and then all the gods, they are praising the Lord Vishnu, and then they are making their plea, and Lord says, yes, I am going to appear as son of Dasaratha, and along with his weapons as his younger brothers. Okay, so and he would stay there on the planet to rule for 11,000 years. Very beautiful. Okay, so can I request next Usha Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna. The inconceivable Vishnu then disappeared even as he was being worshipped. The gods felt their purpose was accomplished, and after accepting Dasaratha's offering, they returned to the heavens. In the sacrificial compound, the rituals were almost over. Dasaratha sat expectantly, hoping for some sign of success. He was apprehensive if he could not obtain obtain a son by this method, then he would surely be lost. He looked at the blazing fire as the last offerings were being made. Suddenly there arose from the sacrificial fire a shining and beautiful personality form. Every, everyone watched in wonder as he descended near the king, remained slightly above the ground. In his hand he held a golden bowl filled with celestial ambrosia. He spoke to Dasaratha in a voice resounding like a kettle drum. O king, now me too, now me to be a messenger of the Lord of all created beings, Vishnu. Please accept my heartfelt welcome, O divine one, replied the king with his palm joined. With what shall I do for you? By worshipping the gods in sacrifice, you have received this reward, said the messenger. Take now this ambrosia prepared by the gods, which will bestow upon you the offsprings you desire. Give to your wives, and through them you will soon secure four celebrated sons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So now in the sacrificial arena, so the god has come from the fire sacrifice, and when he was slightly above the ground, gods then they do not touch on the ground. That is a symbol, whether he is a god or human. So they don't touch, their feet doesn't touch the ground. And still and high on the ground, he has given those ambrosial nectar to Dasaratha, saying about the message of the gods. Okay, let us see further what is happening. Meena Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Where is sorry,
Accepting the embrace.
accepting the embraces with his head bent low and saying, "So be it." The king felt a surge of joy as he took the golden vessel, even as a pauper would feel happiness upon suddenly gaining great wealth. As a mark of respect, the king walked with folded hand around the messenger, who, having discharged his duty, immediately vanished into the fire from which he had appeared. The king stood in amazement, holding the wall all around him. The Brahmanes cried out, "Victory, victory!" After offering his pros- prostrate obeisance to Vasishtha, Dasaratha failed the sacrifice along with his wives and returned to his palace. The king gave half of the ambrosia to Kausalya. He gave the other half to Kaikeyi, the younger wife, who was especially dear to him. Both of these wives each gave a part of their share to the king's third wife, Sumitra. All those noble wives of the emperor felt honor and immediately at the ambrosia. In a short time they felt within themselves the presence of powerful offspring. Their minds were enlivened by the divine energy of the children inside their womb, and they felt elated. Dasaratha, who had at last attained his desired object, felt as delighted as Indra, the king of the god in heaven. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here, Dasaratha received the ambrosia nectar and he offered his obeisances to a sister. So here he has proportionate that ambrosia nectar in a way 1/2, and then so it goes like made into 8 parts, and 4/8, and then 3/8, and 1/8. So totally 8/8. 4/8 goes to Kaushalya, 3/8 goes to sorry. It's the four sons, and then one by such a way. Okay, but anyway, Kaushalya has got half of it, and then later on, Kaikeyi and Sumitra, they have shared it. So within those things, 3/8 portion goes to Sumitra, 1/4 goes to Kaikeyi. That was the total thing. And Sumitra has received 2 times as a 3/8. Once as a 2/8 and as 1/8, like 2 times. Okay, so now we shall move further. Okay, can I request Hemlata Mataji next?
Hare Krishna. Having decided to incarnate in Dashratha's family, Vishnu summoned the gods and commanded them, "Soon my advent upon earth will occur. Assisted by all of you, I will crush the despicable Ravana." Foolishly, that evil one did not ask immunity from humans or animals, considering both to be entirely powerless in the face of his strength. As promised, I will descend as a human. O gods, without leaving your posts as universal controllers, you are capable of expanding yourselves onto earth. You should therefore appear in the world as powerful monkeys. Vishnu's plan for the protection of the world was unfolding. The gods took birth as monkeys who had strength equal to their godly power. They could assume various forms at all. They were gallant, as swift as wind, highly intelligent, and practically invulnerable in battle. The earth became populated with millions of huge monkeys who, in the way of the gods, grew up soon as they were born. Haughty and strong as lions and tigers, they roared loudly and sprang about fearlessly. They were headed by Bali, the expansion of Indra, and by Sugriva, the expansion of Surya. Fearful in appearance, they thronged the peaks of mountains and resided in great forests. When they came together, they appeared like masses of clouds moving about on the surface of the globe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. So here in this one, what we need to understand from this point of so the Lord is saying, without leaving your post as universal controllers, you are capable of expanding yourself onto earth. It is their demigod amshas. Sometimes we may think that, for example, Yamadharmaraja has come as a Vidura who is taking up his position. So there was in the Bhagavatam, Aryama was taking care of his position. But that was a different scenario. But here, Lord is saying, you remain in your post and also expand with your amshas. That is one point that we can take. So with this one, and all these demigods, they have taken the places like monkeys and so many other creatures like bears, lions, and tigers. And they have been waiting for Lord Ramchandra to appear. So with that one, this is the Dasaratha's longing. So now we are at 9 o'clock. I think we have not started another chapter yet. It is a beautiful one, but we may continue in the next session, maybe at some time later on. It's already 9 o'clock and all maybe having families to spend time. Anything else, dear devotees, you wanted to share? Or if you're, I don't know, what is your mood?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I thought we could all sing Sri Ramachandra Palu Bhajan.
Yes, Mataji, would you like to lead, and any other devotee would you like to follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Mataji, would you start, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hope I get the words right.
Hare Krishna, I
Shri.
didn't get that. What's happening?
Mataji, so we have completed this chapter, first chapter, and we we are already 9 o'clock, so we need to wait for another session to start another chapter. So meanwhile, Radha Sevaka Mataji wanted to sing Lord Rama's song. So
Hare Krishna, I just want to have one question. Like,
Can I ask a question as well afterwards? Yeah, please.
yes, Mataji. Yeah, we'll go questions first and then we'll go. Sorry,
Go on,
Mataji.
Meena Mataji.
Prabhuji, you can ask. Mataji, you can ask. It's okay.
Jehuna Kanya Mataji, your question, Mataji.
I see.
Mataji, you are on mute.
Very bold. Yes, I'm intrigued about the sacrifice of the horse. So if the horse is not ready to be sacrificed in the way that it gets killed and the soul gets liberated, how is that? Because it sounds horrific that they sacrifice a horse. Normally they sacrifice it and they eat it. Is that what's happening, or I'm not sure?
So here in the sacrifice, the horse, Vasista sage, he has chanted mantras on the horse, and the horse got unconscious and it fell. And later on, they have taken the horse on the fire sacrifice, and then it was consumed by the fire. When it was consumed, so it did not get any pain. At the same time, the soul went to the heaven. Everyone are witnessing it.
Oh, right. That sounds nice and clean, because I thought they sever his head. They killed it in a violent way. You know how you
There
kill.
is, yes, there is a other way as well. So like the cow, sorry, the horse, it will be cut the neck and then the head will be separated or killed somewhere other, and the queen is going to sleep with that horse for a night or something, like some kind of horse sacrifice process is also there, but we may see in the Mahabharata or somewhere else. But yeah, for now, in this Ramayanam, it is very clean. The horse is now unconscious and it was placed on the fire.
Beautiful. Thank you. So when they, in that other story where the queen takes the head, yes?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
So what happened to the other parts? Do they eat it?
That is, I do not know, Mataji, but it is not mentioned in those scriptures.
Okay.
Maybe,
because I know when they do Kali sacrifice, what I know about some of the different grade of people, they would actually eat the body. They would eat the whole thing, yeah.
Yes, Mataji. So
And
generally,
they glorify it, yeah. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, in the custom, when there are small animals, they are being sacrificed to goddess Kali and her different expansions, and then people who are meat eaters, they eat it later on. That is there. Yes, thank you, Mataji.
So how do they choose the horse? Because you would only get to a stage where
So the horse is very strong and without any spots, without any weakness, and then it is left. Horse is living throughout the countries wherever it goes, supported by 400 strong soldiers. If anyone can challenge the horse, there are 400 fighters. If no one, otherwise they have to give some kind of taxes so that they would accept their Dasaratha as their king. So that is the way.
Okay. But how they sacrifice it, it sounds a lot kinder than what our perception. Very well.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Meena Mataji, you.
Hare Krishna, I know it's getting late, so it's okay. I'll ask some other day.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so in that case, Radha Sevaka Mataji, and would you like to go with the song?
Yeah.
Kirtan, Ram Kirtan.
श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरन भव भयदारुणम्
श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरन भव भयदारुणम्
नवकञ्जलोचन कञ्जमुखकर कञ्जपदकञ्जारुणम्
नवकञ्जलोचन कञ्जमुखकर कञ्जपदचारुणम्
श्रीराम श्रीराम
श्रीराम श्रीराम
श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरन भव भयदारुणम्
श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरन भव भयदारुणम्
कन्दार्पय गणितयमित छबिनवनीलनि रजसुन्दरम्
कन्दार्पय गणितयमितछबिनव नीलसुन्दरम्
पतपीतमानहो दरितरुचि शुचि नौमि जनकसुतावरम्
पटपीतमानसरितरुचि नौमि जनकसुतावरम्
श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरन भव भयदारुणम्
श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरन भव भयदारुणम्
श्रीराम श्रीराम
श्रीराम श्रीराम
भज
रमकुटकुण्ड
दीनबन्धुदीनेश दानव दैत्यवन् शनिकण्डनम्
Mata select one line Shiramakutakundalam. Shiramakutakundalam tilakacharu Angavibu.
So I've got the after. Okay.
Okay.
Shri Mukta Kundala Tilaka Charu Yudarayanga Vibhushanam
Shiramakutakundalam Angavibhushanam
Anjanu Sara Chapadhar Sangra Majita Kharidushanam
आजान भुज सर चापधर संग्राम जित कर दूषण
भज दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्यवन शनि कंदनम
भज दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकंदनम
रघुनंदनानंद चंद्र कौशल दश रतनंदनम
रघुनंदनानंद चंद्र कौशल चंद्र दशरथ नंदनम
इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेषमुनिमनरञ्जनम्
इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेषमुनिमनरञ्जनम्
मम हृदयकुञ्जनिवास करुका मादिकलदलगञ्जनम्
मम हृदयकुञ्जनिवास कुरुका मादिकालदलगञ्जनम्
श्रीरामचन्द्रकृपालु भज मन हरन भवभयदारुणम्
श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भयदारुणम्
श्रीराम
श्रीराम श्रीराम
हे सहज सुंदर सावरो मारो सहज सुंदर सावरो
हे सहज सुंदर सावरो मरो सहज सुंदर सावरो
श्रीराम श्रीराम
श्रीराम श्रीराम
श्रीराम श्रीराम
श्रीराम श्रीराम
भगवान रामचंद्र भगवान की
Jai.
Jai.
Very beautiful, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, and very blissful. It is very deep.
So
Any-
beautiful, Mataji. Just made our day complete. We had so much auspicious things going on, and this bhajan, this is quite. I mean, you sang it just perfectly. But I've been asking Prabhasha to learn this one, but she hasn't managed to. The Hindi words, a bit difficult. So I haven't spent time with her, and she has not managed. But you sang it so beautifully.
Did you have a nice day?
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Yeah, we had we went to school, and then after that we picked up the children and went to temple for darshan. Mm. And yeah, it was nice. We had Pushpa Abhishek, and the temple was decorated beautifully with lights and some torch lights, like diyas, decorated beautifully. And then nice kirtan was going on. Just shared a small video. There. It was quite, but long queue, like a very big queue. But because we went early, so we didn't have to stand long, just half an hour. But it was very nice, very blissful. And all the more because it was Prabhasha's birthday. So yeah, it was very auspicious to have darshan.
And did everybody watch the thing in India?
And yeah, in the morning.
Yeah.
In the morning. Yeah, we watched that. Yeah.
That is the DT is so beautiful, isn't it?
So beautiful, and the tilak and all. It's like it was, I think, diamond studded or so. I mean, Lord Ram's. I think he looked like a 5-year-old Lord Ram.
Cute is DT. I
So
think this
cute. Yeah, very cute. Honestly, that's very cute. Yeah. And thanks to Amoga Prabhu, as we were chanting, he had put the telecast on, so we watched it being live. So
I watched. Yeah, I did. I watched it for about half an hour. I had it on in the car actually as well. I watched the whole
yeah,